أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
لا إله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين نستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به عز وجل وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد أيها المسلمون. With Allah's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. All praise belongs to Allah, the guardian, evolver, cherisher, keeper, sustainer of all the systems of knowledge. We seek His help. We ask for His forgiveness. We put our faith and our trust in Him. Mighty and sublime is He. I bear witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah alone, the one and only. There is none like it to Him. And I bear witness that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to whom the Quran was revealed 1,453 years ago, is Allah's servant, messenger, prophet to all mankind. We ask Allah's peace, His blessings, His highest exaltations be upon Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his family, his companions, the righteous all. On you, O Muslims, be peace. Assalamu alaikum. That is, greetings to our brothers and sisters here in MASJID MUHAMMED in Jacksonville, Florida. Greetings to our brothers and sisters who are joining us on our Jumah conference line. Those of you who are witnessing and viewing us on Facebook Live, Muslims, of course, we're greeting you. Assalamu alaikum. Our Christian brothers and sisters, family members, co-workers, and friends, we say peace be upon you. And our Jewish brothers and sisters, members of our faith family, some of them family members also to Muslims, we say shalom to you and greetings of peace to all of our listeners and viewers in the United States of America and around the world. Special greetings, as always, to Janina Abdullah in Malaysia, Anwar Sultan in Hilo, Hawaii, Donald Eubanks in Yucatan, Mexico, Omadosa Amin Muhammad in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And we hope that you all are be okay, Omadosa. You got another hurricane headed that way, they say, oh, tropical storm. So we pray Allah you're okay. And greetings to Rahima, Abdul Wadud, and your family in Ghana, Muslim brothers and sisters in Nigeria, Babaginda, Samino, and others. Greetings to you, the believers in Bermuda, Guyana, Trinidad, and elsewhere, Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Indonesia. We have viewers now from Indonesia, and also the Philippines, Pakistan, India. So I can go on and on, just naming countries that we have picked up over the past couple of years, and some are joining that are new, and we are thankful and grateful to God Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we say. And when we say subhanahu wa ta'ala, it means God is the most high, and God is the only one that is free of any imperfections. That's what we mean. We say subhanahu wa ta'ala. God is the only one that's free from imperfections. Now I know there's some people out there running around think they're perfect. Well, reality is sitting in on them pretty quick. And I don't need to mention them. They don't do no wrong. You know, there's an old cliche in this world that says power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. So Muslims, the Prophet, God actually is in the Quran, but the Prophet, he gave it to us in this way. He is a statement, like a prayer, to guard us, to protect us from becoming power hungry. La hawla wa la ni'mata wa la quwwata illa billahi. There is no power, no favors, no might, quwwah, strength, illa billah, except with God. So we human beings, we get all juiced up and, you know, egotistical, and we this and we that. And then God has his way of notching us down a bit. Life has his way of notching us down a bit. So the Prophet taught us to say, there's no power, no real power, except with God, no real strength except with God. God alone has all power. And so we have to remember that as mortal human beings. You don't have to. Your situation to come along to teach you that. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Our subject today, continuing from last week, part 2, making our contribution to the ongoing current discussions around the world. United Nations, United States, other countries around the world. Diversity in Al-Islam. Diversity in Al-Islam. And thank God, it's a blessing that the whole world is now, and I remember Imam Muhammad saying this too, God grant the high station paradise. He said one day, this was a long time ago he said it, he said one day, because of the advances in science and technology, the whole world will be in our living room. The whole world. So we can access the whole world with our fingers. The whole world is in our living room. And maybe, I don't know, maybe our Christian brothers and sisters say, he's got the whole world in his hand. Well, Zuckerberg has the whole world in his hand. Facebook. Google, Brandon, those fellows, they have the whole world in their hand. YouTube has the whole world in its hand. Instagram has the whole world in its hand. So you can see that on a technological level now. They come out of scripture. So we have a one world community, a one community. And then we had, I really don't like to give him too much attention. The leader of this nation, this week, went to the international body and said, we should be nationalists, shouldn't be globalists anymore. So I'm listening to that, and then they were showing the faces of the people in the audience. Saying, what in the world has happened to America? Retreating back to the small mind, the small world that we have come from. All of us are connected. So now let's see what God said. So diversity in Al-Islam. And I'm reading, this is my source book other than the Quran, my reference material, Diversity in Al-Islam by Imam W. Muhammad. So on page 10, Quote, he says, Al-Islam wants us to see our differences or our diversity. It wants us to see it, acknowledge that, but wants us to see it in the same focus with our unity. It wants us to see unity and diversity in one focus. Hence, the saying of God in our holy book, the Quran, highly glorified is God, he says, and I will read it. Chapter 2, verse 148. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, with God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer. And the title of chapter 2 is called Al-Baqarah, the cows or the heifers. وَلِكُلِّ وِجْهَةٌ هُوَ مُوَلِّيهَا فَاسْتَبِقُوا الْخَيْرَاتِ أَيْنَمَا تَكُونُوا يَأْتِي بِكُمُ اللَّهُ جَمِيعًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. God the Mighty spoke the truth. For each is a goal, so turn your faces in the direction of this sacred house, the Kaaba. And wherever, as a symbol, it stands as a symbol. We don't worship the house. No, we worship Rabb Hadha Bayt, the Lord of the house. That's what chapter 106 of the Quran says. Quraysh, we worship the Lord of the house. Muslims don't worship the Kaaba. We don't worship the MASJID. If we don't worship the Kaaba, we sure don't worship the MASJID. Turn your faces in the direction of this sacred house, and wherever you may be scattered on this earth, God will bring you all together. So in this one focus, Imam Muhammad says, one statement, this one picture that God is putting before our eyes, we have our unity and our diversity. God wants us to keep our diversity, our differences that he intended for us, and at the same time, he wants us to value our unity over our diversity. Now, did you hear that? God wants us to value our unity over our diversity. We believe, as God says again in the Quran, he is the one who give you your pictures while you were in your mother's as a baby before your delivery. And you are given your features inside the mother. Now, I'm going to read that to you. Chapter 40, verse 64. Allahu alladhi ja'ala lakumul arda qararan was-samaa'a bina'an wa sawwarakum fa ahsana suwarakum wa razaqakum min at-tayyibati dhalikum Allahu rabbukum fatabarakallahu Rabbul Alameen. And God the Mighty spoke the truth. We say Sadaqallahu Adeem. Translating now. It is Allah, God. Now this is, keep in mind what I'm reading. This is revelation to Prophet Muhammad. Don't disconnect that now. God is giving this revelation to Prophet Muhammad to help his nation, his society, his people, but all people that come in contact with it. And as guidance, enlightenment for mankind on this earth as long as man is on this earth. I repeat it. Guidance for mankind as long as mankind is on this earth. So let's see what God. So if God is giving this to Muhammad the Prophet, now this is our creator. So if God is giving it to Muhammad the Prophet, it must be important, huh? God wouldn't waste his time. So God is giving to the Prophet. And we know there's no speaker in the Quran. Prophet Muhammad is not speaking in the The only speaker in the Quran is God. So don't undervalue, don't underestimate what God is saying, because it's important. It is God, Allah, who has made for all of you all the earth as a resting place and the sky as a covering. Now, where are we to find rest? Not just sleep, comfort. Where are we to find establishment? And you rest on a bed, or you can rest on the ground. But that's a poor fella resting on the ground. They're homeless. God wants the human being to find a resting place. But he said you rest on the earth. And you rest in the earth. You don't rest in the sky. The sky gives you cover. The sky gives us enlightenment so we can rest in the earth. Well, we don't rest in the sky. We rest in the earth. Spiritual ideas, spiritual concepts, spiritual knowledge gives us enlightenment. But that's not where we find our rest and our comfort. That's on the earth. But we need both. We need cover, don't we? Yeah, we need cover. Because if we don't have cover, the radiation from the sun, the ultraviolet rays from the sun is too powerful. So God gives us cover from that sun and say, now you got to rest on the earth though. And he has given you shapes. And he has made your shapes beautiful. Actually, the word is not, we can say beautiful, but the word is stronger than beautiful. Ahsan. He has made your features, your shapes, excellent. On the surface of it, yes, it's talking about how we look. Excellent. Now, Mr. Racist and Mrs. Racist, they married too. They have a whole family of racists. Can it be a whole family? Husband and wife, they get married on the basis of racism. Well, Mr. Racist in the world and Mrs. Racist that's married to Mr. Racist. God didn't make your race and your features more excellent than my features and my ethnic group. No ethnic group. Now that's why it's in the plural. He has made your shapes beautiful. All of you. All of them. God is the maker of all these shapes and features. I am not the maker of my shape. I am not the maker of my skin tone. God is. I have no right to discriminate against you. I'm speaking pertinent. I have no right to be biased towards you. I have no right to hate you, dislike you, because your features are different than mine. Your skin tone and color is different than mine. Your eye color is different than mine. Your hair texture is different than mine. Your jawbone and your cheekbones and your nose is different than mine. I have no right to dislike you because your features are different than mine. Because you didn't create your features and I didn't create mine. And God did not, I say this repeatedly when I'm on this theme and subject, God did not ask me how he should make my features. He didn't need my help at all. So if God didn't ask me about my own features, it's kind of audacious. That's a big word that means arrogant. On any human being's part to take issue with what God for our input. And you make yourself look cheap. You make yourself look useless, really, when you take issue with an African-American male or an African-American woman, and you start saying, oh, you ugly. Oh, your black skin is ugly. Oh, your hair is nappy. This is bad. You're a fool. Yeah, you are. You're foolish. That's what I mean. You're foolish. You're uneducated. You're ignorant. And I don't know who you are, so don't take, this ain't personal. I have nobody in my mind that I'm thinking about personally. Because I already know Satan created the races. I'm going to repeat that. Satan created the races. Satan created the bigot. In fact, on Al-Islam Worldwide Ministry last night, I was reading from the Quran where God, after he made the angels and created Adam, and told the angels to bow to Adam, the man that God created, our Father for all human beings on this earth. And think about this now. If I ask the races to tell me, well, they might come up with a picture. What color was Adam? Who knows? I know. If I'm talking, it depends on the audience I'm talking to. If I'm talking to a black nationalist, he's going to say Adam was black. If I'm talking to white supremacists, they're going to say Adam was white. If I'm speaking to the Chinese, they're going to say Adam was a Chinese. Everybody going to say, but look at the beauty of it. Adam represents a type. So every human being on this earth can identify with the first father, that type, but we don't identify with him based on his skin color, based on his hair texture, because the Bible, not the Quran, gives us that information. We just simply don't know. And God left it like that. He only tells us he is made min turab. Now listen carefully. He's made from the dirt. What color is dirt? It depends on where you at. Red clay in Georgia, Alabama, brown or dark, black. It depends on where you at. White sand in Puerto Rico and Costa Rica. That's dirt. Pink sand. All kind of colors of the dirt. So God just said, min turab. I made him minteen from clay, and I made him min turab from the dust. And Prophet Muhammad said, I made him from the, Adam comes from the dust. What color is the dirt? Depends on where you're located. So the angels say, Iblis. Say all the angels, God say, Fasajudu. So submit to your good human nature. That's what it's from. Adam represents our good human original nature that God created all human beings on this earth with when he first created the first type, T-Y-P-E. Adam is a type. I'm letting that soak in because I already know what's going through some of y'all mind. Well, wasn't he a person, one person? Well, the Bible says he named them Adam. Them, T-H-E-M, that's a plural. And if he's not a type and not a community, Ummah, how do you explain, as I said last night on Al-Islam Worldwide Ministry, reading from the Quran in the Bible, I was quoting from the Bible, paraphrasing, then how do you explain Adam, Eve, 2 people, Cain, Abel, 4 people, throw Seth in, S-E-T-H, Seth, 5. If there's only 5 people on earth, how do you explain the Bible saying Cain went east of Eden and went to the city, the neighborhood called Nod, N-O-D. That's right, sleep. He went to the place where the people were sleeping. And I hope you're not in here sleeping. And he found him a wife among the sleepers. So the Quran gives it this way in Surah Kahf 18. Say, let us recount to you the affairs of the sleepers. And the young people today, they ask the question, say, are you woke? You don't mean your eyes open. Is your mind open? So Cain went east and found a wife in the community of the people called Nod. Where did they come from? If Adam is not a type, a community. So God created a community of people in the beginning. Not one person, not one male, not one female. Numbers of male, numbers of female. Can you find the first dog that was ever created? See, the dogs don't have that problem. The first cat, I'm the first cat ever was created. God made a species of cats, species of dogs, species of birds. You understand? Species of human beings. But Iblis, was stubborn. He was haughty and proud, and he wanted to be the biggest one. And Imam Muhammad said that's where the word bigot, B-I-G-O-T, comes from big. And big in Arabic is kabir. Like we say, Allahu Akbar, God is greater. You want to say big, Sheikhul Kabir, the big sheikh, you say kabir. So Iblis was stuck kabir. He wouldn't submit. He thought he was the biggest. In his mind, he was the biggest. And a khairu minhu, I am better than all of y'all. And I alone know how to fix these problems. It's in the scriptures. We have made your shapes excellent. Now, suppose we had this in our social studies books when we were growing up. And even if it wasn't in our social studies book, suppose we were exposed to the Quran when we were coming up. 50s, 60s, back in them days, when they were dismissing our features, making us as young people, young children, and thinking there was something wrong with our hair, the color of our skin. We didn't know. They lied to us. Those who want to establish themselves in some fake, false position of supremacy over us. I'm speaking socially and psychologically now, because economically they did do it. After they worked the crap out of our ancestors and got up.
That's right. That's right.
And if they were so supreme, why they had to come get us from Africa to do all the work? I'm just asking. Because they couldn't handle the environment. And they couldn't enslave the Native Americans, called Indians. Nope. They ran all over the place, couldn't find them. But you're so superior, why you didn't pick that cotton and that tobacco and that sugar cane? You had to come get her physically, and then the environment. So don't go crazy now. I'm speaking to African Americans, Facebook. Our environment conditioned us. We work as agriculturalists, farmers, in Africa. The environment conditioned us. We were used to that kind of work. That's what I'm saying. Had we not been used to that kind of work, and the proof is present day, had we not been used to that kind of work, we would not have been able to do it either. And so the young people who came after the people who were conditioned to do hard labor on farms, you can't hardly get a young person to even visit the farm, let alone do hard work on it. So we're going to go out here and plant some cabbage in the backyard. I ain't doing that. The young people. Say, well, it's just right there in the backyard. You're sitting on the porch anyway. Why don't you just throw some seeds out there? Too much hard work. Because they've been conditioned different. God has made your shapes. So teach your children and your grandchildren. There's nothing wrong with your skin color. There's nothing wrong with the features, your nose, your lips, your jaw, your cheekbones. There's nothing wrong with your hair. God made you the way he wanted you to be. And God goes on to say, and he has provided for all of you your sustenance, things that sustain your life, maintain your life, of things pure and good, such as Allah, your Lord. So glory to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. So Imam Muhammad, he says, God says he is the one who has given you your features. But then he says, and he made most beautiful and excellent the feature that is one common single feature. He gave us all these different features, African, European, Asian, whatever, in our mothers. But he says he made them most attractive. The most beautiful picture and the excellent picture is your single feature or your single picture. So we have pictures of our diversity of nations. You see how it evolved now. Diversity of nations, diversity of races, diversity of cultures. But what is more important is our sameness. So hence God says in chapter 4, verse 1, he has created us min nafsin wahida, from the same essence. So even though our features are different, certain things inside of us are the same all over the world. And I've shared that with you before. Tears are tears all over the world. There are no black tears. There are no white tears. There are no brown tears. I'm talking about the tears that come out of the eye. There are no red tears. There are no Chinese tears. Arab tears. Pakistani tears. Indian tears. African tears. Indonesian tears. Malaysian tears. Mexican tears. Tears are tears. Human tears. So that sameness all of us have, regardless of the skin color, regardless of what nation we live in, we all have the same tears. Now think about this. And it happens, and has happened with those scientists, anthropologists, and doctors even. If you're studying anatomy, physiology, biology, you want to be a doctor. In the college, well, medicine is different because they bring cadavers, but I'm talking about anatomy now. Physical anatomy, the structure of the anatomy. They bring the skeleton and sit the skeleton in the class or stand the skeleton up. What color is the skeleton? No skin on the skeleton. Now, if you don't know geography and anthropology, you can't identify the ethnic group of that skeleton belongs to. You can't say this is a black man's skeleton, white man's skeleton, Chinese skeleton, because the skin color is gone. The features in the eye, all that's gone. We're talking bones now. So once you get stripped down to the bones, what color are the bones? And if you want to be a doctor, you don't study black medicine, white medicine. No, you don't study color, medicine in color. You study medicine. And what works on a human being in Jacksonville, Florida, works on a human being in Shanghai, China. There may be some variations. If a person in Jacksonville, God forbid, have arthritis, and the Chinese have arthritis, that's a bone issue. okay, you have Chinese arthritis. You see the sameness. We all have these sameness. And they don't say you have the white arthritis, black arthritis, and you know, God forbid, you having a heart attack, God forbid. You'll say, oh, I'm having a black man's heart attack. There's no such thing. Don't exist. Sameness. And let me share this with you. For the overly righteous Christian, Muslim, Jew, whatever, God forbid, your house on fire, fireman shows up. Do you ask him, what mosque do you go to? I need to know what religion you belong to before you start spraying water on my house. No! Who asked that question? You don't care. So when it's life and death issues, you laying up there, God forbid, you need CPR. The only person came by that saw you needed was a white man. And you can't breathe. He jumps out the car. Brother, let me help you. No. No, you lose your racism real fast. And you white supremacist. If a nurse show up and you die, you don't tell him or her, don't put your black lips on me. See, when it matters, that foolishness goes out the door. So Imam Muhammad, he says, we have this sameness. There are certain things, common human life for all of us. Now look how, as I conclude this, look how God is. And God is merciful to everybody, even the fool and ignorant. The sun shines on all of us. And it's one sun that all of us share. And the sun is not prejudiced. The sun is not biased. The sun doesn't care where you live, who you are, who your parents are, whether you're rich, poor, African, Chinese. The sun can care less about that. The sun's job is to shine on everybody the same. Where's the black God's sun? I'm talking about S-U-N. Where's the white nationalist and the white supremacist sun? S-U-N. I'm going to go a step further. Where's your earth? You don't want to live with everybody on earth? Nah, they working on that now. They're really working on it. But I don't think the people working on it are racist. I don't know them personally. I think that they're just visionaries, innovators, the Jeff Bezos of the world, the Richard Bransons of the world, the Elon Musk of the world. These are the private citizens that have created rockets heading out to space. So I don't think they're going out there. They're industrial. They big money, rich people. They're going out there for opportunity. And Mr. Branson said, if you can afford the ticket, you can ride along too for $250,000 a ride. So that's for rich people. I don't think they're going out there to say, oh, we need to get away from the black people, because every neighborhood we get, they just find us and invade us. Facebook, that was for my folk in the United States of America. We don't think that and that's not all of us, it's just too many of us, we don't think that we have arrived unless we arrive at somebody else's neighborhood that's running from us. They be running all the time from us in America. And we have the mindset, some of our people, I ain't let you get away, no, we coming, we can live there. And that's true, we can live anywhere you want, anywhere you want to live nowadays. And thank God for that now, that we can live anywhere we want to live. But you got to think about it in economic terms. Water, as I conclude. Oh, I have a bottle here too. Thanks to my friend Raymond. Now look at this. I'm holding it on Facebook. This is water. What color is it? Neutral. It's neutral. So how did the narrow-minded racists in the 60s, 50s, 60s, white supremacists, Ku Klux Klan and women, yeah, women among them too. How did they look at this clear water and say, that's the white fountain, that's the black fountain? The water is neither white nor black. So how did they arrive? Ignorance. They were used as pawns. Yeah, that's a word they use on the chessboard. That's the least valuable piece on the chessboard. They were used as pawns in the game of Satan. And pawns in the game of the wicked industrialists. See how I qualified that? I put the adjective wicked in front of that. They were used as pawns in a game to pit people, ethnic groups, against each other, so those at the top that was playing that game could manipulate both of them. So we thank God that we have, for the most part, passed that season. Yes, we passed it. We passed it. And I know I'm not naive. I'm very aware by the grace of God that there are those who want to take us back to the past. Ain't gonna happen. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. With God's name, the merciful, benefactor, the merciful redeemer. I witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except God alone, the one and only. There is none like unto him. We say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika lah. And I witness that Muhammad the Prophet, prayers and peace be upon our Prophet, to whom the Quran was revealed 1,453 years ago, is God's servant, messenger, prophet to all of mankind. Greetings again to our brothers and sisters here in Jacksonville at MASJID MUHAMMED. Assalamu alaikum. Those of you on our Jumah conference line, Facebook Live, and those who will watch our posts on our YouTube channel, Al Islam Worldwide Ministry, we say greetings to you. Peace be upon our Christian brothers and sisters. Shalom to our Jewish brothers and sisters. Now I'm going to change the focus, picture now, and talk about community issue. And the first part of this, it'll take about 10 minutes, is for the general. I'm speaking to everybody now. The first part of what I'm going to give you on Facebook, Jumah conference line, YouTube, America, around the world. You can benefit because I'm reading the Quran. And then near the end of it, I'm going to narrow my focus. So I'm telling you in advance what I'm doing. So I'm going to narrow my focus. So those of you all who are watching us around the world in the United States, you'll know what I'm doing. I will narrow my focus to MASJID MUHAMMED. Okay? So now, I'm going to give you the broad picture. Chapter 5 of the Quran, verse 105. God says to all of us, people on this earth, to everybody on this earth, YAHYA amanu alaykum, that's plural, anfusikum, plural. Stop. The verse is longer than this, but I want just the first part of it for what I want to say here. God revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, all you who believe, who have faith, Your own self obligates you to take care of yourself. And Islam is the religion that empowers, listen carefully, every member in its ummah, its community, its association, whatever you want to call it. The Quran was revealed to Muhammad the Prophet among many reasons, but one was to empower the individuals. So hence the Prophet, he said, praise and peace be upon Prophet Muhammad, education is fard, that's an Arabic word that means binding, obligatory, listen carefully, on every single member in its ummah, males and females. Brothers in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and other places. He didn't leave out the females. The Prophet said education was obligatory upon every male and every female. Do you know what he's saying? He's saying, in a way, and this is me giving commentary on this now, understanding for this. Education, knowledge is the key, the driver for all of you males and females on this earth to establish yourself. And the more correct, let me qualify that now, correct education. Because there is in our history, the African American history of America, one of our scholars, Dr. Carter G. Woodson, in the 1920s wrote a book, The Miseducation of the Negro. Well, we aren't the only ones that's been miseducated. People all over the world have been miseducated by those who want to control people, run people, manage them, manipulate them, exploit them. So God revealed to the prophet in this chapter and verse, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu alaykum anfusikum. Speaking to everybody. Your own self puts requirements on you. Each individual. Now read this with this chapter and verse I'm going to give you. Chapter 28, one of my favorites, you've heard it many times, 77. وَابْتَغِ فِي مَا أَتَاكَ اللَّهُ دَارَ الْآخِرَةِ وَلَا تَنْسَ. Now watch the singular. Now this is plural right here. Nasibu cat minute dunya. Seek by whatever means you can a home in the next life. Get you a way in there. Find a way over. Wait, hey, who in here? Now you can't talk to me, but you can raise your hand. Who in here right now, who's on Facebook, Jumah conference, which person, individual in here, think that they will not leave this world and go to the next? Who in here assured that you will never leave this world and go to the next? You already know that's nonsense. You're getting out of here. At some point, God give us good health and long life. So that chapter and verse said, now, make provisions for over there. You can't set it up for me over there. I gotta do that. I can't set your spot. I don't have carte blanche over there. You can't ask me to save you a seat, a spot in Jannah, paradise. I can't ask you to save me a spot in Jannah, paradise. I pray God I get there. But you ain't gonna be having no seat. Yeah, you know, I can't just hold it up for you. It took a while to get over here, but we got you. Ain't gonna happen. Everybody got to do something themselves. That's what God said this time. Find a way. And my way may not be your way. Your way may not mean how to get there. What you going to do to get a good spot. This is what God got me doing. And other things, and I hope it's enough out of his mercy, because you don't get in except his mercy now, on the other side. So I hope, by God's mercy, he let me in there. But you can't hold no seat for me. يا أيها الذين آمنوا عليكم أنفسكم. All you who believe, your own soul puts obligations on you. And look, you can't transfer those. Yeah. Seek by whatever means you can in the next life. Now, but do not neglect, is the singular, the individual. Don't neglect your individual share that God has assigned for you in this world. You got to share. I got to share. Go get it. And your share might be bigger than my share. I don't know. My share might be bigger than yours. I know what? I got a share. And the way I think about, speaking to me personally, I can only speak to myself now. I don't see, when I read the verse, Arabic and English, I didn't see any limitations on my share. I didn't read it. Where God said, you only got so much you get. You only make so much. No, I never read that. So if God didn't limit my share, and if he did put restrictions on it, he knows what those restrictions are, and I don't. So I'm going to act like there ain't no restrictions on it. Yeah, that's my attitude. You can't tell me how much money I'm supposed to make. That ain't up to you. My own soul obligates me. I'm not responsible for you, and you're not responsible for me. I want to get this over to you all clearly now. Your education is in your hand. You don't live here at this MASJID. You only come here once a week. And by the way, the time has changed a bit, so I'll just let you all know the adhan time is around 1:50, 1:20 now. So get in a little early now, because y'all wait. You know how we do it. Yeah, it's about 1:30. I roll up in there. You only do this once a week. Come on, people. Sister, I'm not talking to you. Talking to the brothers. You obligated. Your own soul obligates you. Once a week. So you only have to be, and you don't even have to be in here all day. You're getting ready to go right now. I looked at the clock. A good hour, that's it. We out of here. For everything, a dance, prayers, we done. So you can't convince me. Because I've been doing this for too long, 45 years by the grace of God. I know. Don't seem like that. Yeah, alhamdulillah, thank God. And love doing it. So you can't convince me. You can't show up one day a week, 1 hour for your prayers on Friday. You can't convince me of that. If the movie started at 1:30, you're going to be there at 1:15. If the movie started. If the concert started at 1:15, you're going to be there at 1 o'clock or quarter. You're going to be there at 12:30 waiting for them to open up the venue for the concert. The football game starts, they tell you show up to TIAA Bank 2 hours in advance for a football game. To sit out there in 95-degree hot weather to watch the Jag, well, they won the other day. I'm about to say to watch them lose. My Cowboys winning. That's just a side note. You're going to be on time. This is my point. You ain't going to be running late, rushing, running late. You're doing this for God. Be on time. Show up. Now, as I conclude, so we have our individual assignment by God. No savior complexes in our religion. Chapter 66, verse 6. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu qu anfusakum. Oh, you who say you believe, save yourself. I'm responsible for Imam YAHYA Abdullah. You responsible for you. When we all gather collectively now, as I conclude, here is where the group responsibility comes in. When we come to a mosque, MASJID, you all on Facebook, around the world, and you willingly say, I want to be a part of this MASJID. I'm narrowing my focus now. I'll tell you what I'm going to do as I conclude. You say, I want to be a part of MASJID Muhammad. Okay. You decided that. There's no compulsion, God says, in the religion. Nobody can be forced to do anything in Al-Islam. Al-Islam empowers the individual. Yes. But when we gather together as a ummah, community, all of us now assume the responsibility collectively for the advancement and the progress of the community that we say we are a part of. Willingly. So as I conclude, Ahmed, my friend, assignment time. You see that board there, the design for the exterior of our mosque, the masjid, to make it look beautiful outside so we could attract more people here? Abdullah now, he has already made his contribution. I ain't trying to put him on the spot or nothing like that. God says, فَإِذَا فَرَقْتَ فَانْصَبْ وَإِلَىٰ رَبِّكَ فَرْغَبْ. Facebook, I'm narrowing my focus to Mr. Muhammad. When you are free from one task, pick up another one and work hard. So God bless us. It's cool as it could be in here. Because you good people stepped forward and got that brand new air conditioner. All right, I told you we were going to let you catch your breath a little bit. Because you ain't figured out yet that you got a big share in this world. So you're still kicking rocks, playing around. And what I mean by that, see, once you realize you got a big share in your mind, get there and Allah bless you, one person walks in and say, how much is the air conditioner? He said, 35. Here's the check for it. And by the way, our brother here, if we'd known about you, we could have said, we know about you now. This is our brother who's the AC brother. Now we need a roofer. Because we want to expand back there, open up that other area we've been talking about. We need to fix this roof first to work inside out. Then once we get that done over there, then we want to go outside and beautify our facility. But if you had been listening to what God says, get your share of this world and don't limit it. Educate yourself. Get the knowledge you need. That ain't my responsibility. I'm responsible for me. You're responsible for you. All of us are responsible for the community. It's growth. It's progress. So, somebody should walk up to Ahmed. Say, I'm talking about Ahmed because he's our coordinator for these activities now. How much is going to cost us to fix that roof up there? He gets the quote. And now, don't go get a high-end quote. We might even have a roofer in here. So I don't know. Or you might know a roofer. So if you do, tell her, I got a roofer. Willing to come over and put some labor in. Y'all buy some shingles and frames, whatever you need. And here's a blank check. Fill in the number that you need to fix the roof. Now, if we can't do that, we're thinking too small. And maybe you can't do it. So you say, well, I got my partner, me and my friend, There's 3 or 4 of us together. We got the roof. Tell us what it is. Do whatever you can to secure your spot on the other side. Because remember what the prophet said. Whoever builds or establishes a masjid, a house for God, God will give them a mansion on the other side. That's what, that ain't from Imam YAHYA now. That's what the prophet said. So guess what happened when the prophet said that in Medina? When he got ready to build Masjid Quba, the first masjid. He said, all right, we need to build a masjid. They had just showed up. Bro, ain't got no money. Needed to move the Ansars to help them. And so the prophet said, who got some money? Abu Bakr still had something left. They boycotted and took most of the stuff. Abdurrahman didn't have his resources anymore. He didn't take him long to get it back. He got it back. So they pitched in collectively as an ummah. Because all of them were responsible. That was their place of worship, Masjid Quba. So they all pitched in and did what they needed to do to build the first masjid in Medina with their hands, called Masjid Quba. So those are the lessons that we have, dear brothers and sisters, as I conclude. So, Ahmed, next assignment, my brother. She already told us we got to get their roof fixed before we can open up that next building so we don't have any problems with weather and rain. Okay? All right. So, if you're listening and your ears are open, give Ahmed, let him know, hey, look, I know a roofer. I want to be on the roofing team. Because we're going to keep working until we achieve this beautiful goal that we have in front of us. رَبِّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً وَقِنَا عَذَابِ النَّارِ. Our Lord, grant us the best that this world has to offer us, and grant us the best that the next world has to offer us, and save us from the punishment of the fires of sins. Ameen. Iqam as-salat.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, Hayya ala salat, Hayya ala salah, Qad qamati salah, Qad qamati salah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah,
La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. And let me say something, because I know I have some good friends out there in Facebook land and on the Jumah conference line. If you all are listening and you want to help us here in Jacksonville, Florida, go to our website, alislamworldwideministry.com. There's a donate button on there. Or if you want to send a contribution to help us with our remodeling work, you can send it to P.O. Box 3204, Jacksonville, Florida, 32206. Because I know we have friends out there who would love to get them some blessings too. Allahu Akbar. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. تقبل الله من